Namaskaram everyone. Our group is going to present family planning methods. Regarding family planning, first we have to understand what is family. Family refers to two or more individuals who depends on one another for emotional, physical and financial support. And when we come on the term named as family planning, what does this mean? Family planning to regulate the number, like how many children we want, and the spacing, how long, the distance from one children or one child to another child, like 4 year, 3 year, like that. Number and spacing of children in a family through the practice of contraception or any other method of birth control. That is known as family planning. Furthermore, we are going to move forward on family planning methods. It's a way of thinking and living that is adopted voluntarily upon the basis of knowledge, attitudes and responsible decisions by individuals and welfare of the family group. It's going to do something good for the family. Simply, that's why we are going to start, and government already started. There are some methods regarding family planning, and it's going to contribute effectively to the social development of a country. So it's the most important key factor. It's also going to help in development of country as well as for your family as well. And furthermore, we are going to move on the purpose. What is the purpose? Why we introduced the things, something like family planning? So the first point is this: raising a child requires significant amount of resource. For example, time, financial support, environmental support, etc. So family planning can be help to assure that resources are available. Second point is it's going to improve the health of a mother and child as well. And third, it's going to prevent the HIV and AIDS.
Now let's move to the methods of contraceptives. Natural contraceptives are methods of birth control that don't involve the use of hormones, medications or devices. And these methods rely on tracking a person's fertility cycle, such as a rhythm method, basal body temperature tracking, and cervical mucus monitoring. And it's also important that they may have a higher risk of failure compared to other methods, and it's important of truly understanding and track of a fertility cycle for them to be effective. Hormonal methods include birth control pills, birth control patch, birth control shot, implants and IUDs. Birth control pills include oral contraceptives containing synthetic hormones and thicken the cervical mucus. Patch worn on the skin that releases hormones to prevent ovulation. And birth control shot is injected of progestin that prevents ovulation and thickens the cervical mucus. And implantation, which means that a small rod is inserted under the skin that releases hormones to prevent ovulation. And intrauterine devices, which means T-shaped devices inserted into the uterus of the female, hormonals released locally, which while copper can create an environment toxic to sperm. Non-hormonal methods, which include condoms, the barrier methods for females and males, diaphragms and cervical caps can be used, spermicides can also be used, chemical substances that immobilize or kill the sperms, and copper IUDs as discussed. And natural family planning, monitoring menstrual cycles and avoiding intercourse during fertile periods. And withdrawal methods, like also known as pulling out, involves the withdrawing before ejaculation. Sterilization, which means that permanent methods like tubal ligation for women and vasectomy for men that block or cut the fallopian tubes for vas deferens in men respectively. These are the non-hormonal methods.
Fertility. Natural family planning is a method that teaches you at what time during your menstrual cycle you can have sex without contraception, with a reduced risk of pregnancy. The method is sometimes called fertility awareness. In family planning, fertility refers to a person's ability to conceive and have children. Fertility awareness methods such as tracking menstrual cycles and monitoring fertility signs can be used to either achieve or to avoid pregnancy. These methods can help individuals understand the fertile window and make informed decisions about when to try to conceive or use contraception. It's important to remember that fertility can vary from person to person, and consulting with a healthcare professional can provide personalized guidance on fertility and family planning options. Fertility awareness methods help you track your menstrual cycle so you'll know about when your ovaries release an egg every month. This is called ovulation. The days near ovulation are your fertile days, when you're most likely to get pregnant. Fertility awareness-based methods of family planning involve identifying the fertile days of the menstrual cycle, whether by observing the fertility signs such as cervical secretions and basal body temperature or by monitoring cycle days.
Advantages of natural family planning. Natural family planning can be quite effective in reducing the odds of pregnancy to less than 1% per year. However, since many couples do not use the method perfectly, the typical youth pregnancy rate is closer to 25%. These methods are almost cost-free except for a basal body thermometer and perhaps a menstrual calendar. They do not involve the use of any medication, so no side effects occur. They help women become more aware of their cycles and related physiological changes. Couples can either plan for achieving or avoiding a pregnancy using their awareness of the woman's fertility pattern. Women are able to better recognize abnormalities in the menstrual cycle and reproductive system as a result of greater awareness of their bodies. It promotes communication and responsibility sharing within couples. It is acceptable within all cultures and religious groups. There are no medical contraindications. It does not require the input of healthcare providers but leaves fertility within the couple's control. Now let's come to disadvantages of natural family planning. It is couple-centered process, so both partners need to agree to use this method. They do not protect the couple against the sexually transmitted infections, where appropriate couples must use condoms or other barrier methods as well. Couples require careful observation and training for accurate recording for a few months before they can be used reliably to predict fertile days. This is more difficult but still quite possible with irregular cycles. Time and effort must be invested to observe and accurately record fertility indicators, which may not be possible for busy women. The coitus interruptus method has a high failure rate and puts great stress upon the male partner to remember to remove the penis just before ejaculation. Viable sperm may be present in the fluid that escapes from ejaculation, and sperms may also swim up from just outside the vagina to cause fertilization.
Advantages of contraceptive. Relieves menorrhagia and dysmenorrhea in many cases. Amenorrhea is one of every 5 women on the implant, which is often perceived to be a benefit, suitable in conditions that preclude the use of combined hormonal contraception. Quick return of fertility within 21 days of the implant removal. Some women experience improvement in acne following the use of the implant. Some protection against endometrial cancers. High effectiveness of up to 99% within 7 days of implant insertion. Very inexpensive method of long-term contraception, comparable to intrauterine devices, safe in the majority of the women. Easily removed in most cases to allow pregnancy to occur naturally, independent of the user memory or schedule and sexual intercourse, as it provides continuous contraception, provides anonymity of use, and is convenient to adopt. Disadvantages of contraceptive. It offers no protection against sexually transmitted infections. Interactions with anticonvulsants, certain antibiotics, or St. John's wort may occur. Immediate protection may not be available in all situations, and another mode of effective contraception must then be used for at least 7 days following insertion.
So now coming on the few program initiated by Philippines national government. In Philippines there are 2.6 million married women and 5.1 million unmarried women who want to use family planning but who are not able to do so, according to data of 2017. And according to NDHS, eliminating this unmet need for family planning is at the heart of UNFPA's mission. So what is the UNFPA's mission? It's zero unmet need for modern family planning. Let's move on. There are 2 internationally agreed framework guide for UNFPA's effort to assist the Philippines in realizing this mission. The program of action adopted at 1994. And there are two, ICPD and SDGs. In ICPD, it's going to recognize the voluntarily good quality family planning that include counseling and access to contraceptive must be available, accessible and affordable to all, including humanitarian emergencies. Women, couples, girls should be able to decide for themselves whether, when or how often to become pregnant. It's the human right, central to gender equality and women's empowerment, and it's a key factor in reducing poverty. So that's it from our group. We will meet again. Thank you very much.
पुनर्दर्शनाय जय महाकाली।